Good afternoon. I'd like to call the Higher Education Subcommittee to order. It's Wednesday, March 26th, 2025. Let's start by taking the roll. Madam Clerk, would you please open the roll? Okay, take the roll, please.
Mr. Chairman, you have 5 members present. Mr. Chairman, you have a quorum.
Thank you. And first this afternoon, I would like to recognize Representative Jones, who has some visitors here. Representative Jones.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, your microphone's not on.
There we go. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to recognize Sophia Harshbarger from Anderson County. She's shadowing me today with the Eagles program, and I'm very excited to have her. So stand up and wave, Sophie.
Welcome. Welcome to our committee. The first item on our agenda is House Bill 1344 by Leader Lamberth. Is Leader Lamberth or Chairman Williams here? Okay, if not, then we're going to roll that bill 3 places and move to item number 2, House Bill 1056 by Chairman Doggett. Chairman Doggett, you've got a motion and a second. You are recognized on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. This has been bothering me all day because the way the podium was set up, you don't get to see everybody on the dais. So I had to arrange that. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Mr. Chairman, I think I have an amendment here. It is 6104.
Okay, you've got a motion and a second on the amendment. You're recognized on the amendment.
The amendment makes the bill. If you would wish for me to explain the amendment. If not,
Okay, question has been called on the amendment. We are voting to put Amendment 6104 on House Bill 1056. All in favor say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Amendment goes on the bill. Chairman Doggett, you're recognized on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. This idea was brought to me by one of the directors of schools there in my district. He and I spent a lot of time conversing throughout the year, bouncing ideas off of each other. And he called me one day and he said, Clay, there is, I think about, there's tuition assistance for full-time educators for their children to be able to attend state-sponsored universities. But he said, there's nothing for our support staff, our custodians, transportation workers, and food service employees. And so what we have here is an amendment that provides a 25% tuition discount for the children of those who are under the age of 24, whose parents are full-time public and school employees in our great state. And it does expand beyond teachers to include those that I had mentioned earlier. One of the great things about this too is we oftentimes talk about recruitment and retention of folks in different professions, but especially in our school systems. And I feel like this might be an aid that would help us bring more folks in, just an extra benefit, something that they could enjoy.
Okay, members, you've heard the explanation. Any discussion? Okay, if not, seeing none, then we are voting to send House Bill 1056 to the full House Education Administration Committee. Madam Clerk, open the vote. All in favor, vote yes. Opposed, vote no. Has every member voted? Would any member like to change their vote? Madam Clerk, take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 5 ayes and 0 nays.
House Bill 1056 moves to full education. Thank you, Chairman Doggett. Okay, item number 3 on our calendar is House Bill 1121 by Chairman Hale. Is Chairman Hale here? Okay, if not, then we will roll Chairman Hale's bill 2 places and move to item number 4 on the agenda, which is House Bill 1147 by Chairman Butler. Chairman Butler, you've got a motion and a second on your bill, and you have an amendment. Give you a second to get ready.
That is correct, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, and is it Amendment 5628?
That is correct, Chairman.
Okay, you've got a motion and a second on the amendment. We're voting to put Amendment 5628 on the bill. All in favor say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Amendment 5628 goes on the bill. Chairman Butler, you're recognized on House Bill 1147.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This legislation is simply to provide a free college education to the child of a law enforcement officer or a firefighter who is killed in the line of duty.
Okay, members, you've heard that explanation. Do we have any questions or discussion? Okay, seeing none, then we are voting to send House Bill 1147 to the full Education Administration Committee. Madam Clerk, open the vote. All in favor vote aye, opposed no. Has every member voted? Would any member like to change their vote? Madam Clerk, take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 5 ayes and 0 nays.
House Bill 1147 moves to full education. Thank you. Okay, that moves us to House Bill 1386, which is number 5 on our calendar. And Representative Harris has asked us to move this to the first calendar of next year. So without objection, House Bill 1386 is moved to the first calendar of next year. All right, that moves us to item number 6 on our calendar, which is House Bill 1103 by Representative Salinas. And I see her. Representative Salinas. Okay, we have a motion. Okay, I don't hear a second, so bill dies for a lack of second. That moves us to item number 7 on the calendar, which is House Bill 1348 by Chairman Haston. And Chairman Haston, you'd like for us to take this off notice? Okay, without objection, so moved. House Bill 1348 is off notice. That moves us back to the first item on our calendar, which is House Bill 1344 by Leader Lamberth or Chairman Williams. And they are not here. He's on his way. Could we? Okay, members, while we are waiting, we are going to roll House Bill 1344 one spot and move to item number 3 on our calendar, which is House Bill 1121 by Chairman Hale. This bill has implications for the lottery fund. So without objection, we are going to move House Bill 1121 to the lottery calendar. Welcome, Chairman Williams. We've been waiting on you.
My apologies, Chairman.
We're delighted to see you. We are on
It's a pleasure to be seen.
we are on House Bill 1344. You have a motion and a second on the bill, and you've got an amendment or two. Tell us what you'd like to do with the amendments.
Thank you. My preference is many opportunities to get it right here, but the amendment that I wish to move is drafting code 6520.
Okay, members, this amendment is untimely filed, but this is our last committee meeting, and so I would like to ask you all to consider this amendment without objection. Let's consider House Amendment 6520, and I'm going to recognize you on the amendment.
Thank you, Chairman and members. obviously it's an interesting scenario that we were in. So the previous amendment that was timely filed and this amendment are only different in that it allows for the F&A commissioner in order to be involved in the process as it relates to how the monies are going to be released to TSU over time through the parameters, much like the chairman would remember how we do for expansions of budget, where the chairmen are also both finance of the House and the Senate are both involved. That's what this amendment would do, is set the standards by which those monies would be released, with the comptroller's office being the primary guide.
Okay, and you had a motion and a second on the amendment. I didn't want to interrupt you. So we are voting to put Amendment 6520 on House Bill 1344. All in favor say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and the amendment goes on the bill. We've heard an explanation. Would you like to add anything to your explanation now that we're on the bill?
Thank you, Chairman and members. As you're well aware, the financial challenges associated with the at TSU are very important to this body. We have sent considerable amounts of monies there over a period of time. We have a new interim president there and a board that's been operating since August. We're very confident in the work that they're doing. We're hopeful that the trajectory of TSU will continue, but in order to help meet the short-term fiscal challenges associated with such change, this would give the legislature the ability to release some funds that were originally supposed to be utilized for capital building projects to be able to fund the operations of them going forward once certain parameters are met, which will be determined by the Treasurer, Comptroller's Office, and this body.
Okay, and Comptroller Mumpower is here to speak on the bill. So without objection, we are going to go out of session to invite our comptroller up to provide more information on this bill. Comptroller Mumpower, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members. I had filed a witness card only if needed, and Representative Williams did such a great job. I can't imagine that I am, other than to say I am committed. We're all committed to a positive future for Tennessee State University, and I'd appreciate your approval of this bill.
It sounds like this bill is a lifeline to the university to help them. This is designed to help the university.
It is, at very least, a lifeline. 24 hours ago right now, I was at TSU having lunch with President Tucker and about 30 TSU students. It was a great visit there. They're excited about the potential for their future. They're excited about this bill. But the language of this bill is necessary to help get them on a positive track that can sustain the financial future of Tennessee State.
Okay, we're glad to hear you're working with them so closely. We do have a question or two. Representative Glenn for the comptroller.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Comptroller, for being here. Exactly how much money is available through this piece of legislation for TSU?
So about 3 years ago, the legislature made $250 million available, dedicated it to capital over at TSU. Today, I'm going to give you approximations. There's about $154 million left in that fund. All 154 is not going to be available for operational use because there are commitments in the capital arena that have to be met. I think there's going to be in the range of 90 to 94 million available for operational use.
Okay,
but being comptroller, I want to caveat that by saying I'm giving you approximations right now. I'm not giving you exact figures.
Understood. Representative Glenn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And by releasing this bucket of money that was allocated other places, but now you're going to move it here for operations, will that eventually open the door to the remaining $256 million that TSU is owed based on the underfunding throughout the years?
I will, that's a legislative decision that I won't even attempt to answer. That will be up to you as a legislature.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Other questions for the comptroller? Okay, seeing none, thank you for
Thank
your
you very
comments. We
much.
are back in session. Chairman Williams, any concluding comments on the bill?
No, I think it's incumbent upon us to try to utilize these dollars in the instance of TSU. We would hate for the legislature to assign dollars to them only to see them fail, and then have this money in the bank. This would allow them to free up those monies that were intended for capital to be able to right the ship and become solvent again, to be able to keep the promises to not just TSU's current student, faculty, but future alum too. So appreciate your support.
Thank you for this bill, Chairman Williams. Okay, members, we are ready to vote to send House Bill 1344 to the Full Education Committee. Madam Clerk, please open the vote. All in favor say a vote aye. Opposed, no. Would any member like to change their vote? Madam Clerk, take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 5 ayes and 0 nays.
House Bill 1344 moves to full education. Thank you. Okay, members, I believe that moves us, that concludes our first calendar of the day, our regular calendar, which moves us to our second calendar, which is our lottery calendar. And we have 6 items on the lottery calendar. Chairman Haston? On the lottery calendar.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I make a motion to move this lottery calendar to next year's lottery calendar.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to move this year's lottery calendar to next year's lottery calendar. Any discussion on that? If not, then Madam Clerk, please open the vote to move these bills to next year's lottery calendar. All in favor vote yes, opposed no. Would any member like to change their vote? Has every member voted? Madam Clerk, take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 5 ayes and 0 nays.
Okay, this year's lottery calendar moves to next year's lottery calendar. Members, that moves us to the end of our second and final calendar. Is there any other business to come in front of the committee this year? Okay, seeing none, then we are adjourned, subject to the call of the chair.